Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along. Cue
Speaks.
the cue the Peter
Yeah.
Griffin. He said it. He said it.
Yay. And I killed Sparky.
Yeah. Agatha all along has finally arrived. Obviously it's not done yet. First two episodes. But yeah, we're gonna react to the what were the thoughts on the first two episodes. But before we get into that, welcome back to another Reviews Corp podcast. I'm Red Devil O's Reviews, and I'm back here again with Unity Review and Analysis. What's up, Unity?
Hi, I'm good. Did anyone actually bother to watch this show, honestly?
4.8 million viewers went to Penguin.
That's a better show. I mean, I haven't finished it yet because something happened to my laptop while I was watching it in midway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty interesting that both shows came out like the day after each other. So it's like Agatha came out Wednesday, and then Penguin is Thursday, and then that's kind of. I guess it's interesting. They decided to
Yeah.
keep it that way.
Yeah,
Um,
because Feige was like, yeah, I'm sure everyone wants to watch Agatha and stuff at the Penguin, even without like the further MCU shit, DC shit was like, dude, who do I know more, Agatha or Penguin?
Ironically enough, this is like it's kind of interesting too because these are both spin-offs, and the spin-offs are competing against each other. I think. Hello,
I mean,
Rangi. Yes, you could say that.
yeah, I mean, yeah. It's like, and yeah, I just got my birthday like 3 days ago, so yeah, we met. So we decided to skip that week.
Yeah, yeah. We needed a bit of a break. Plus, Unity's back in college, so just had to get ready. Hello,
Yeah.
operations. Good to see you. Better you guys.
Of
Uh,
course.
we need the content. We need the content. But yeah, Agatha All Along, our brand new miniseries on Disney Plus, based around the character of Agatha Harkness, spin-off to WandaVision. It's also created by Jack Schaefer, once again. And
Yay! Who is it
yeah,
again? Oh, I need to look up everyone who is working the show. I didn't want. I need to look at it.
Jack Schaefer, Black
Jack.
Widow, WandaVision,
Oh my God, Jack Schaefer.
Captain Marvel. Yeah,
Yay! That. Yay! By the way, everyone loves WandaVision. I hate it.
yeah. WandaVision is definitely one of the. It's super disappointing. It's definitely like a show that had a lot of the hype around it came from being a mystery in the first half, and then once they started explaining the mystery, then it got worse and worse and worse.
I mean, this show doesn't even have a mystery, but oh well.
The problem is like we kind of already know what's going on because, like, for example, which kind of gets us into the start of the episode, you have your Mayor of Easttown parody, and Unity was kind of asking why Mayor of Easttown. So WandaVision lost to Mayor of Easttown for Best Limited Series for the Emmy. So
Why isn't it? Why?
that's you're funny.
Why isn't it? Why isn't that? Why isn't it the Queen's Gambit?
Well, because I'm sure like they wanted an Emmy winner as the. Then again, it's like even that is kind of hard to believe because because it's there's clearly like some kind of level of like. So here's the problem with the parody in general. It's like I have seen people say like, oh, I kind of enjoyed the parody until it got into the real world. The problem with the parody is like we already know this is not real because of WandaVision already kind of introduced us to that. So you're just kind of waiting for it to get undone. And then you also have
Yeah, I mean,
because you still have like the recast actors from the from old Westview,
WandaVision.
but from and they're all acting like they're with Agatha, but then they kind of reveal how they've been messing with Agatha the entire time. but not like literally. It's just like they kind of had to do whatever she was saying or stuff like that. But before we get into that,
Yep. It is. I don't even know what to say about this show because like everyone when we saw this it was like yeah, there's no way everyone would think this is good.
yeah, my thing about Agatha in general, I will say, you know, my small compliment that I will give is just that I can at least appreciate the effort in doing something when you have other projects of Marvel that have had longer time and they still haven't done anything. Case in point, Armor Wars and Blade. And yeah, I'll at least give credit for getting something done at this point. So that's all I'll say
Yeah,
about that.
I mean, out of everyone they can pull from Marvel, they literally just like, yeah, Agatha. What? Yeah, sure. If you say so. I mean, if it's good, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
No one expect Andor to be good until it came out.
yeah.
But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
but the showrun is from WandaVision.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like, because people say like, "Oh, Agatha was the hero of WandaVision." Sure, sure. That still doesn't make her interesting enough to follow.
No,
Um,
she's just a dumb bitch, really.
yeah, and honestly, like most of the discourse with the show in general has just been like, I guess if we're going into a little bit of non-spoiler stuff, like a lot of the discourse was kind of like, oh, the castings aren't accurate based on like race, ethnicity, and it's like to be fair, it's like the main character is not casted accurately either. Like Catherine Hahn is not an old lady, so I don't know why we're expecting high when it comes to
I mean,
other castings.
at the very least in WandaVision, it's a mystery show, and the people would probably be like, yeah, I don't want people to just like, oh, this is Agatha Harkness from the comics, so we just gotta change a bit. So it's like I can at least understand in that perspective. In
Yeah,
this
yeah,
perspective, I was like, yeah, there's no reason, there's no excuses.
yeah, yeah. And like honestly, the hilarious thing to me is like we got we got a ragtag team of witches, and it's like I feel like what Jack Schaefer must have done is like went to ChatGPT, typed up list me 4 to 5 Marvel witches in comics, and then you see like Jennifer Kale, Alice Wu, Vertigo, Lilia Caldero. Like, oh yeah, okay, they're all the witches. So let's just put them in the show, even though they have no connection with each other whatsoever. But that's another conversation. I just found it really funny.
Oh, don't get me started on those characters because they literally ruined the moment they're introduced. I mean,
Yeah,
not introduced that the moment they introduced in that episode. In that episode, they're ruined. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? This is so
yeah.
stupid.
So you have any other non-spoiler stuff before we kind of answer some of these comments?
Sure. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to say again? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. It's like WandaVision, Agatha. So it's a bad idea to put it before the Penguin.
Yeah, yeah. I think they probably either should have moved it after or before, like earlier. I mean, because what did they only had like Deadpool and Wolverine, so it's not like they had. But then again, Deadpool and Wolverine also got a lot of money, so our
Oh
favorite
well.
movie of this year.
Yeah, it's like totally not the most stupid movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get started, my favorite part of this movie was when they found the abandoned pool full of dead Wolverines. Then they proceeded to say, "So this is the Deadpool and Wolverine," and it was one of the wrong media. Yeah, it's all because of the song. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe at the end of the show, she'll earn being old.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah. Right. So as we were talking about, the episode starts off with like it's kind of like this crime noir kind of
Dude,
thing. Agnes of Westview. They even like
but
I think it was a little clever when they did the title opening. It's like classic crime drama, and then it the directors of the Danish series WandaVision, and it was like spilt in that format. I thought that was kind of clever.
No, I mean I think that's already the best part of the entire 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some thought put into that. I'll give them that, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to see those queer witches. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't really mind anyone in the LGBT community. Oh yeah, that was what I was supposed to be talking about. Those are okay. Those are promotional materials.
Yeah,
I
and that's kind of like what everybody in the cast is just talking about Aubrey Plaza specifically. But yeah, we'll get there.
yeah. Just saying, I don't mind it because you now, and also I get why they try to promote it like this because everyone is like the chaperone generation, which everyone just like those queer icons, which is fine. But you better make sure that people cares. But you better make sure that isn't your only marketing gimmick. You better make sure the writing makes bank.
My other thing too about that specifically is like I feel like with Agatha kind of needed anything to latch onto in order for people to get some level of interest. Whether that be tap into the community, sure. I mean, I guess you could do that. Uh, like I feel like a lot of these ideas were kind of there. Plus, I mean, you did have a fan base. I won't be obtuse and act like, oh, nobody asked for an Agatha spinoff, but like it's more of like that meme of, oh, let's make a spinoff of the hot dog guy from Multiverse of Madness, Bruce Campbell. I think that would be a
To
great
be
spinoff show. But
to be
people
honest, I
meme
think
on
that
that all the time.
to be honest, if I'm being honest, I think that would be a better show than this one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll watch the shit out of Bruce Campbell.
Uh, my thing about so one thing that really threw me off is like the pacing of these two episodes. Like things are happening where I did not expect them to happen as quickly as they did. Because like obviously we know that Agatha is under the brainwash and all that stuff. So she's just going through what she thinks is a typical day in a TV show. Now, I'm a little confused as to why it's not. I mean, crime noir is a like a type of TV show, sure, but like I thought like the mind control was more sitcom based, but
Oh no, fuck that. Yeah, they literally said, "Wow, you're the nosy neighbor" at the end of the episode. So it's like, yeah. So basically, what they say is, oh, she just turned into the Agatha from WandaVision, which is based on sitcoms instead of Wait, what the
I
fuck?
think it's more like because like the characters are conscious enough to know like, oh, you were this character on the show, but that's not actually my character. That was the character name that Wanda gave me,
Yeah,
which Wanda is considered as a bad word. Which fair enough.
it is.
But
But
we'll get to that.
yeah, so the entire setting just confused me already. By the way,
Uh,
Meryl, yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, Mayor of Easttown doesn't have the same power as they thought it is. Abby's a full of shit.
Yeah, yeah. I feel enough sympathy for that hot dog guy that he at least deserves his own TV show.
I mean, if you
Uh,
ask, yeah,
yeah, and then have him hunt down Doctor Strange for making him punch himself for 3 weeks.
yeah, Hot Dog Guy is the best character of the movie, unironically.
Honestly, like if you punch yourself for 3 straight weeks, you're gonna bleed yourself to death. Like
Yeah, I mean,
at
yeah,
some point, but yeah.
he has my favorite scene of the movie, which is the end credit when Bruce Campbell was like, "It's over, aha, it's over."
Yeah. The movie is over too. It's great. We don't talk about one da 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 da. So yeah, so Agnes of Westview, her character name is Agnes O'Connor, is a police detective in Westview, and she's trying to figure out this case on this Jane Doe. And
Everyone knows it's fucking Wanda, you dumbass. It's like, Jesus.
yeah,
Let's.
so I guess like the only thing is Agatha doesn't know, but
I mean, yeah. I to be honest, I really want to skip over this entire thing. This is just
honestly, like this is kind of like yeah, and then I mean, essentially what's happening, she's basically doing her case. There's like this weird interaction with this FBI agent, Rio Vidal, played by Aubrey Plaza, and then like there's like she like clearly hates her, but like she doesn't know why she hates her. Like, and like Rio kind of like taps into some questions like, "Do you know about your life outside of Westview?" Yeah, yeah. And then like Agatha can't really answer the question, and it happens a few times. So obviously, she's trying. So clearly, this person knows who Agatha is outside of the TV show, but we don't know that. We don't know the full details at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
I just have some plot problems with this quote unquote. I mean,
yeah.
it okay, not in isolation. I still have some problems with it, but at the grand scale, it was like, oh god, it's still just at the end of it, this entire thing is just filler. But oh well.
So here's a few things for me. One, I don't really like that. So we already know Aubrey Plaza's playing the Green Witch. So it's like, wouldn't you want that to be kept a secret so that you don't have the audience expect? Okay, I'm just waiting for the twist because now I know she's a witch. So why don't we just do that? I don't know. It's like that's kind of like the weird pacing thing, and then revealing the casting of who she's playing already. No, the Green Witch is not in the comics, by the way, but that doesn't really matter.
No, no, they just rip off. I mean, inspired from the Wizard of Oz. I mean, sorry,
Yeah,
Wicked. God.
right.
No, I mean, if you ask me, it's literally just Wicked instead of the Wizard of Oz. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have things like that, and I found that pretty weird overall. Like, but I guess they just wanted to like stream past the sitcom quote unquote part so they can get to the so there's this mysterious teen played by uh Joe Locke from Heartstopper, and this we'll talk about the whole mystery stuff with him
I mean, I'm just
in
gonna
in a
say,
second. But
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, the only thing I say is like the plot problem is this thing. It's like, oh, why the fuck the evidence? It was like there. No, she just picked up something. I just didn't report back. She just put it in her pocket. I was like, why? To be honest, I was just beyond caring at this point. I was like, oh, okay, that's one odd thing.
but the problem is like, so that here's so let's kind of like get into that because like it's not really there's not really much to say. He takes the boy into interrogation because he tries to go into her house and steal something, uh, and then when they're having this conversation, and then slowly they're like basically like, oh, why are you talking to that painting? Turns no, it's like I'm talking to my partner, but then it's a painting. So clearly the boy knows that this is not real either, whatever Agnes is going through. And then Agatha is having all this like issues. Like it all started back when she saw the body, and then
Yeah.
she goes to the morgue, checks out the foot, and then all of a sudden Rio is there. But then like,
Yeah.
she kind of pieces it together first, like she's in her late 20s, so I guess Wanda's 27, 29. I didn't know that.
But to be fair,
Then Green
Leslie
Eyes,
is
five
really.
seven, and Scarlet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just gotta go over some basic plot problems because this entire thing is just filler. Just
Yeah.
it's like even it doesn't make sense for a point of view. Um. So so the timing of like it's like Agnes just like, oh, I almost found out the dark hole, and then the police guy was like, go home. It was like Agnes could just say, dude, I found out this major evidence. She just didn't say anything. And
Yeah,
yeah,
the problem is this is like TV show world logic where
yeah.
TV
So I
shows don't make sense. We have this problem all the time, so it's pretty meta, I guess.
yep. And of course, and then Agnes was like, yeah, I don't trust this Rio guy. I don't like this guy, this girl, this Rio, Aubrey Plaza, whatever fuck her name is in the in the world, the first time, and then she just invite her into her house in the second time. I was like, no, but
But
oh
she got
well.
pizza, so it's fine.
Yeah, sure, everything's fine.
No, but like
And
she's like, I'm trying to talk about the case. I didn't want to talk about the case because like Rio wanted to fuck, but can't do
yep,
that.
and
So yeah,
then the other thing is okay, this is just in isolation because if we go through everything in context, it's gonna be so much worse when it comes to Rio. But So in the interrogation room, Agatha uh teen. So remember right before teen point out the painting stuff.
Yes.
So Agatha was like, so this is not true. Look at the picture. I was like, you didn't see anything. You interrogate him and you didn't gain anything. And why do you have that attitude?
So so yeah, the thing is like she's trying to piece together, oh, you were involved with the dead woman's body, which is like all he did was like steal something that had nothing to do with the case. So it's like, oh, admit it, admit it, admit it. It's like I don't know. She's like really hamming it up, which
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
just not.
why
I'm just not a fan of the performance in general from Agatha. But
not?
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, I
That
don't even bring it.
includes outside of the performance. So
Yeah, don't worry. It's like even dad was like, oh, okay, that shouldn't be your attitude. It's like you should be asking him more questions. You're just jumping to conclusions. But yeah, just skim through all of those because none of it, because everything
none
is
of it
just
really
filler.
matters because this is like because like once this is they're out of the reality, it's like none of that really mattered. Just only a few things matter, which we're getting to. So yeah, Rio just shows up out of nowhere. So
Oh shit! No, reveal that they Agatha actually kidnapped Teen. No shit. No, Agatha fucking walked
that
naked. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
after that's after.
Shit. Oh yeah.
But what happens first is like so she figures out that the person's name was W. Maximoff just because she connected. Oh, I remember this woman who had scarlet hair. So then that name on her tag became W. Maximoff and all that. And then so now Rio is saying, now that you figured out who put you here, now figure out who are you. And this is where Agatha starts to get really, really hot. No, that's not the setup for a porn. But yeah, she starts stripping her clothes. And then one by one, she's going through the different iterations of Agnes from WandaVision. You know, from the 60s show, the 70s show, the 50s show, all those Agathas that we saw in those costumes, which is like, man, we could not do this with Wanda
Yeah.
when you
Oh
had the
wow.
chance. Come on, guys.
Damn it.
So she continues stripping and stripping and stripping. But like actually the reason why this is brought up in the first place is because Rio says that the Darkhold was what was keeping Agatha stuck in this uh, TV world, essentially, this TV mind state, I guess. And but it turns out Wanda destroyed the Darkhold in across the multiverse, which, if you remember from Multiverse of Madness, that is what happened.
Yep.
Very, very missed opportunity. So yeah, but
Uh.
even so my point is like so the multiverse, all the dark holes are destroyed, so whatever was able to get her out of the dreamlike world is destroyed, meaning there is nothing that could bring her back to normal by this logic. But I don't know, because stripping her clothes,
Yeah. No, it's
was
just something.
that means she can break out of the spell.
I don't know because episode 2 was like Teen did something, but the Teen doesn't even know what he did. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's really the big thing. And then yeah, that's something we learned in episode 2. So it turns out after Agatha strips all her clothes, she's completely naked in her room. Uh she realizes that she's out of the mind control that Wanda put her in, and very angry and understandable. But the first thing she does is walks outside
Naked.
naked, and it turns out what's funny is that when she closes the door, when she comes back inside, is like the robe is like right there, like right next to the door. Like the door that comes in and out. The robe is right there as well. Wow, you couldn't just pick that up. No, but you see, we needed to have the funny of where Agatha's walking across the street in the nude to talk to Herb, who's that's not his real name, but the character from the from that show.
Yeah,
So he reveals that um,
yeah. It's
so
like you've been trapped for 3 years.
you were trapped for 3 years, and then Agatha's like, so what have you got? What have you guys been doing this whole time? Is like just humoring me. It's like, yeah, I guess.
Was like, what?
And
No.
honestly, like here's one thing I'll say that's a little disappointing is like I feel like you should have just shown a flashback of like what was that like? Like what did it look like when Agatha was saying her TV show stuff and like how were the people acting in that scene? Like I like like a Joker flashback when he was thinking about Zazie Beetz and then they show the flashback of like those scenes did not exist. They were all in his head.
No, I mean,
That could have been like an interesting thing to show, but go on.
I was more disappointed because at the end of WandaVision, everyone fucking hates Wanda, and they should be more sympathetic instead of just like, yeah, let's just humor this character who's been suffering the same fate as us.
I mean, the only problem is like that's kind of why I needed to see because it's been happening for 3 years. It's like at some point you're gonna get a little bit sullied by that.
And and all this time, no one, like, no shield, sword, any organization do anything.
I don't even know what you could do if
I mean, put her in custody or something. It's like, oh, okay, you don't have to do anything. It's like whenever you discover an illness.
that's fair enough. It's like
Yeah.
in DC you'd put the person in Arkham or something like that. Yeah, I mean at least something where either hopefully that they can figure out how to get her to stop talking like a TV show character. Yeah, that would make more sense. But
Yeah,
in the context of the Westview people like not really sure what to do and it's been 3 years, it's like at some point you're gonna kind of like I can't really do anything. This has been going on for 3 years, so we might as well just humor it or in some regards. So I'm not really upset about that. I just feel like there's some, but then again it's like I don't know if this is like a problem when like, oh, the show came out in 2021, now it's 2024, which obviously in the MCU these projects were not set in those respective years, so a certain cat is going to be pretty upset about this, because wasn't WandaVision like in 2024, and then technically this would be in 2027 by this logic.
Yeah, I don't. It's like
Some
WandaVision.
the timeline is stupid.
Yeah, WandaVision is like 3 weeks after
Endgame.
I think. Oh.
And Endgame is like 5 years after, yeah, in the story. But yeah, essentially like that. Yeah, but yeah, those are my few things. Like one, I was surprised that 2/3 of the episode was taken up for this whole sitcom aspect, and then like it's already broken, and I don't even understand how it broke.
No, you're just like
which gets explained in episode 2, but it's like that doesn't really make sense either.
I mean, it's clear that this teen guy's a mystery box.
Yeah, we'll talk about him in a second.
I mean, but I'm gonna be honest here. The writer doesn't have any idea. Fool me once, because we've seen WandaVision. The showrunner admits she has no idea, and she turned out, and she just gave the script. She finished writing it during the show, the last episode. You have no fucking clue what to do. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna be fooled twice.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of happens. So they also showed Dottie twice.
Yeah, I mean it's like, oh, what a waste of
Emma Caulfield.
Emma Caulfield from what's it called again? Buffy. By the way, Feige literally admit that they use her as a red herring. That's why she's cast.
Yeah. And it's like, what's crazy is like, Dottie is like a love interest to Doctor Strange, and it's like, that's like a great casting. I mean, people thought she was Clea at one point, which that was a little bit absurd, but like, uh, yeah, still nothing crazy. And then you see her daughter, and then it's like, oh, you remember in that last episode, she's the one saying, "Can I at least see my daughter? I haven't seen her in so long. Just let me at least hug her or something, or just let her go to school, be friends with your kids or something." So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, at least they didn't starve to death.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think that was going to happen anyway. Realistically speaking, but I just remember that commentary in the WandaVision show, and it made sense at the time to think about.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like because literally said, "Oh, I trapped the kids in the room." I was like, "Yeah, what? Wait." Even I was like, "Wait, how do they eat, drink, or go to toilets?"
Yeah, I just think they're comatose the entire time,
Yeah,
but
because
like
the
magically
show,
induced comatose. Yeah,
yeah, the show made it too fake for me to just like say anything.
yeah, yeah. But like, it's clearly fine. But now she's looking at a naked old woman because
Yeah,
that's appropriate.
yay.
Double standards. But yeah. So she tries to go inside the house. So she goes inside the house, and she tries to use her magic, but it turns out all of her magic is gone. Um, which, as you remember the
WandaVision.
in WandaVision, Wanda takes it all. So yeah. Then she puts on the robe, and then she's trying to look around. Then she hears there's some screaming inside of a closet in her closet. She goes to the closet, and it turns out the teen is there. So she kidnapped the teen uh, in her state of mind. Uh, which I'm still kind of curious how that happens because like you're talking about rope and bandit like duct tape and tie him to a chair and all that stuff. So it's like how do you not? What could you possibly be doing where you can't realize that's what you're doing? But it's like I guess like her mind like fills in the gaps like, oh, this is a police interrogation room, but I'm actually tying him up with rope and tape. I don't know how it works.
I
That's why I
mean,
kind
they
of
should.
wish they showed us some of that stuff. Like, what was her mind like in the context of her mind and in the context of what do the real people see? That could have
No,
been at
they.
least something interesting to show.
I mean, they shouldn't use Mayor of Easttown. They should just use Ted Lasso. If you want to use an Emmy show in that year.
Yeah, I just think they wanted to do something that WandaVision was competing against.
It's just
But
so
yeah.
it's just the showrunner being petty. Let's be honest.
Yes.
You know,
So
fucking
yeah,
show.
it's so obviously this confirms that the teen is real, and he what happens? But
I
they
mean,
don't really get to talk. They don't
no,
get to talk because
Aubrey
like he's
Brother
like
just
yeah
yeah, Aubrey Brother just breaks in.
yeah. It's like so if you are real, that means she is real, and then that's where
Yeah,
she's got all. So this she's an Earth witch, so that's why she has all these like Earth based powers. She
and
uses
so
like gust of wind.
breaks through she just bursts through a wall.
Yeah, Agatha, who is now in her normal body. Which honestly, I'm actually kind of confused about this. So I thought like Agatha being young could have been because of her magic, and that could justify why she looks young. So it's like if Wanda took out the magic, maybe Agatha's old now, but they didn't really do that. And obviously they're not going to do that, but like they could have at least justified that aspect. But it turns out you can throw Agatha through a wall and doesn't kill her.
Yep, and they literally destroy Rio without saying a single word. It's with the first sentence. So yeah, Rio Aubrey Plaza is the detective in this dream. And she was so in the impression in the during the thing it's like yeah, she tried to break her out. And now she just tried to kill her.
So my
I
only
mean,
thing is
Yeah.
The only thing is like is based on their conversation is like you can't kill me, but you can't kill me either. So it's like
Uh,
so, and it seems like they definitely have like a deep rooted connection. Something about a black heart, and all that stuff. Meaning, I don't know if there's like a contractual thing, like a
no, I
magical
mean,
contract kind of thing, because
well,
it kind of reminds me of Dumbledore and Grindelwald in that sense, where they couldn't attack each other.
fuck that.
Um,
Yeah, because Grindelwald can't just lock the magic butt plug in like the back or something.
I don't use that movie to justify my canon, but that's another that's another conversation. Um, but yeah. I
And
could like I would have to see a little bit more in that aspect as to what is like. It's like I want to kill you, but I can't kill you because of the contract or something like that. I'd have to see what that's like. But I would say that I do agree. I don't think she's really trying to get her out of like so she is trying to get her out of the magical world, but like she's not like obligate like forcibly trying to do that. Because like apparently whatever she did was not enough. It was teen entering into the magical world and essentially breaking into her house, which sets up the seeds of breaking into her mind. I don't know. It's like that's just
yeah,
kind of
okay,
like
so
how
I'm just gonna
that's just kind of how it
because
was
I'm fuck.
going.
So in the dialogue, so I'm just gonna go through this shitty dialogue. Because I'm gonna generalize this shitty dialogue. It's so stupid. So Rios is making clear that she wants to kill Agatha, and Agatha just like, oh, you can't kill me because what the fuck did she say again? You love me, and I'm gonna be honest. So basically, Agatha just convinced her not to kill her. So Rio's motivation is just she wants to kill her. She just flipped it because fuck it. Because she just forgot that she can't kill her. And she has to be convinced like you want to kill me when I'm powerful. I was like, yeah, so why don't you just kill her the moment you see her when she's Agnes? You just be convinced to kill her when she's powerful.
Yeah, it's like so. Basically, the idea is like, oh, it's not honor if you don't kill me at my best, that kind of thing.
Was like, yeah, no, that's you fucked that
I
up.
mean, I guess that's the only thing is like she's not in episode 2 either, so I don't really know what they're doing with her.
Yeah,
Uh,
so but so
it's
one
very
other
clear. It's very clear, in even all the Twitter cut ups of like, oh my god, this is like the sexiest a villain has ever been. Which fair enough.
uh no, but sure.
I'm in the MCU.
I
Who's
need to
sexier
think.
than Aubrey?
Let's
I
see.
would say
Like,
probably Hella.
to be fair, I think there should be a lot more villains. We just forgot about it because MCU villains are not really that memorable most of the time.
Yeah, because like Ghost is sexy, but like not like she doesn't show that.
Yeah,
It's more of
no.
like outside of the movies. But yeah, it's like I mean I could see the argument. Um, I think Hella is like the closest in the conversation. But yeah, I mean, Hella's a better character. Um, but yeah,
It's
so
like yeah,
basically, she's just saying, okay, so the Salem 7 are going to be on their way. So you got until then to essentially figure out how to get your power back so that I can kill you proper, I guess. And then you have that whole dialogue about my heart is black and it beats for you. That will be important for episode 2, kind of.
by the way, most
Not,
of this information is just uh, by the way, most of this dialogue is just fucking. I mean, yeah, Alberto and Penguin. I'll not say any spoilers. They say things they know about already, but it's clear they have subtext behind all of those. In this
yeah,
show, was like there's no subtext. They just fuck it, spell it out for the audience.
this is why I was confused. I thought somehow the others were influenced by the spell too, rather than the entire town coordinating, playing along with Agnes. Wanda's one of the sexiest villains too. That is
Yeah,
true. But like, could you imagine if Elizabeth Olsen was the one who licked her hand like that? It'd be different.
mhm,
Let's be honest.
yeah.
But yeah.
Mm.
Um, essentially, that's kind of the episode. I mean, so once like Agatha, once Rio leaves the place, then the
Yeah,
teen is put on attention, and she's not really sure what to do with him. Um,
yeah.
but then like apparently he's like a super fan of Agatha. He knew where she was. He freed her from this mind enslavement, and
Oh yeah, but this is
because he wants
like
to
we
find
should mention this.
the witch's road. Yeah. Go ahead.
We should yeah. I just want to say before you mention two and stuff. And the other thing I want to say, it's like, what does Rio want to kill her with a
You're
fucking
cutting out a lot.
really?
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
Give me a second.
Yeah. It should have been Rio and Wanda licking each against Bond.
Does it work?
I think so. Just
Okay. So
try
does my mic
talking a
work
little
now?
longer. Yeah, try talking a little longer.
So I
That
just
was
want.
kind of the problem.
So I. So I just want to say before you mention all those teen stuff, those are in episode 2. We should just make that clear first.
No. The way it ends was like we need to go on this. Oh, I guess it started at the beginning, right? The beginning of the episode. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You could talk about
Yeah, those.
what else with Rio.
So the. It's like what does she want to? What did she kill? Fucking Aubrey. It's like Agatha with a knife. Instead of using
Uh,
her magic.
well, to be fair, Agatha is vulnerable now, so it doesn't really matter what she kills her with. But I can see your point.
Yeah, she literally just burst through a door to fucking burst through her
I mean,
wall to just
like
kill
when
her.
you take a knife and she's normal now, she doesn't have any power. Honestly, if you remember, Agatha's powers is, and then she even reminds us in episode 2, the way I get power is if you blast me with magic, and Rio blasts her with magic.
Yep. It's so
But the thing
I
is,
mean,
like to be fair, it's like it's not like one of my magic color blasts. It's more of like a magic wind. But it's like, does that count? Does it not count? Or do you have wind powers now? I guess not.
no,
I don't know
mean,
how. It's stupid. It's a stupid power.
I mean, they're just like, oh, you if you shoot her, she's got steal your powers. Like, yeah, just I mean, you just burst through the wall of the magic blowing up stuff. Just do that.
So honestly, the knife does make more sense. Then you don't have to worry about the blasting her with magic. But even that is like, I don't really know what they're looking for. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a lot more stuff because Agatha was like, I just touched the knife. It's like it tickles. It's like you're vulnerable now. It's a knife. What are you talking about? It's gonna cut your. It's like because the episode just makes her. It's like she literally grabs the knife as hard as possible. It's like, dude, it should be slicing off your head right
No,
now.
no, no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So getting stabbed by a knife is not
No.
like
You got the wrong idea. I mean, when Agatha literally grabs the entire knife with her hand, literally the sharp end of the knife.
yes, but like what she's saying is like what Rio is saying is that you are vulnerable, meaning like if you normally if a witch grabs a knife, they wouldn't bleed. Should be invulnerable is the idea. But because Agatha's grabbing onto the knife and she has no power, that's like that was evidence for Rio to know that she doesn't have any powers right now. Essentially meaning that a witch would be invulnerable if they still had magic, which is kind of like crazy. And it's like
I mean,
Scarlet Witch bleeds a lot in
Yeah,
the
she's a
previous
glass cannon.
movies.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and even that, because Agnes lost all her powers, like dude, you're literally just grabbing the sharp end of the knife. This has no lasting damage for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's all I
I
want to
mean,
say. Is
taking that kind of cut to your hand is like really, really painful. But you know,
no, they just gloss it over because it's spectacle, I guess.
I mean, everything is glossed over. I feel as we were talking about the pacing, is like I feel like you've already gone through the whole. She's getting out of her enslavement in 2/3 of the episode. Now this next episode is essentially like we need to gather the coven of witches. Which honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, like the title of the show. You remember like how there were so many titles like Agatha House of Harkness, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Agatha the Great Wardrobe and the Lying
Agatha, the
Witch,
Darkhold Diary.
Agatha and the Darkhold Diary. So like it turns out, and then it ends off with Agatha All Along. So basically, it was a marketing ploy for people to talk about. Wow, they keep changing the title. They don't know anything about Agatha, that they don't even know what to call it, and to make it sound good. Which honestly, like, I thought Coven of Chaos and House of Harkness was pretty good.
This is yeah.
I thought they were pretty good titles, but you know,
Oh well.
Agatha All Along. I guess they just wanted to take it off the song, which I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, oh well. I mean,
But yeah,
I'll be Rio.
yeah,
By the way, the line Rio sells like heartbeats for you. It's fucking. It's a seller for episode 2, but it's so stupid. But and she licks her hand because to heal her wounds. Even that was like, dude, you literally gotta cut. This should be bleeding the living shit out of yourself
but
before she let.
she's also magic, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't
So I
know. She's full.
guess
She
magic
lost all
spit,
magic. I
magic
mean,
spit.
for Agnes' perspective, I was like,
Not for
dude,
Agnes, meaning for Rio, because Rio is an Earth witch. So I guess like you could argue naturally healing off of the. I don't know how much of extent do you want to talk about nature and stuff like that.
no,
And
I just mean, yeah, I just mean that Agnes should be Agnes's Agatha's hand. It's like because she lost all her magic. It was like even before she licks her wound, it's like it should be like really painful and bleeding a lot. But oh well, yeah. It
yep, yep, yep.
is what it is. It this
Let's
episode 2.
let's get to episode 2. So we got a little bit more dialogue about Teen. So he's like, so Agatha's like, I need to find the witch's road, so I can get my powers back. Because of Teen's suggestion, that he's like, he went to find Agatha because he's a super fan. He's a big fan of Agatha, and he just had to go and find her. And it's like, wow, that's super convenient. And part of my frustrations with this character will become more evident if they give us more evidence as to who he is playing. Because you know, there's this whole back and forth that he is Billy Kaplan, the Wiccan, or he is not. He is just Teen. I'm just Ken. All that jazz. Um, you know, so
Someone's texting me.
yeah. Oh my god. Uh, yeah. So you know, he's trying to look for the witch's road. And honestly, like if he is Wiccan and all that stuff, I'm really sick of this whole like. There's too many plot lines going on with like I am a super fan, and that is the plot device that gets us on this adventure. And honestly, it's like maybe it's just like I'm not gonna say it's like redundant because like obviously there is like a good way to tell that kind of story and all that stuff, but like it's so common now with like how many stories just start off because some young character wants to bring this older character to the adventure, and that's how the story starts. Because clearly with Agatha, that she doesn't have anything going on with her.
Yeah. I'm just There's don't worry. Agatha doesn't have a character. She just wanted to find a witch's robe because some kid told her to.
Yeah, I mean, so like the witch's road. It's like first off, the witch's road like is a reminder to her that like, oh yeah, I can use the witch's road to get my magic back. Um, and he wants to go on the Witch's Road, which can't really explain because every time he says something about his life, like "What is your name?" his mouth zips up. So he's talking, but like he can't hear her, and obviously we can't hear him either. So yeah, and then later, Teen is talking about like, oh, here's my backstory, and then it does like that fade out to like the high pitched sound, like that effect basically. So you can't hear anything he's saying because Agatha is not allowed to hear what he is saying either. So yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's like, oh well, it's
that'll
but
be very annoying.
that- okay, yeah, I just so Agatha just yeah, I'm just gonna deal with this shit. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's just deal with this because this episode is also a lot of things happening, but also nothing happens.
yeah. So basically, they're saying like we need to get a coven essentially in order to get to the witch's road. So she needs to find some witch friends. So
Uh,
before she
long
starts on the adventure, she walks outside, and they come
she's
across Wanda's old property. The house is not there, but there's painting of evil witch and all this stuff, and Agatha takes a second to spit on that house, which I get it, makes sense. Um, and then they get in the car, and I was kind of confused. So like this, like yeah, he's 16, but like he also has a debit card too. It's like I don't know. It's like that's a nitpick though. I didn't have a debit card when I was in high school, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, so they drive like what, like 3 miles, and then they find another witch.
yep.
Uh, she she's like a seer. She works as like at a seer shop, where she does like
Oh shit.
visions.
Oh, by the way, oh yeah, because I
Yeah,
was just sorry, I just got distracted when someone is texting me something important. But oh, do you remember some shitty dialogues like that breaks the world? You can find witches within 3 miles. Any witches. Yeah, you can do it when you're in the bottom of the ocean, I guess.
yeah. This world is like filled with witches. Um, I remember so essentially like each conversation is with the other witches. Lilia is fish witches. Yeah,
Yeah, it's but yep, fish. Yeah, so stupid dialogues, and then we just there will be more reveal later, which basically episode 2 broke the world again.
yeah. So they basically just yeah, more secret society. But like then again, it's like we kind of figured that witches exist because of how WandaVision works. You kind of had to assume that witches do exist.
But at the same time, WandaVision made it fake, so you just can't say anything for certain.
Yeah. I still wouldn't say a witch in every 3 miles. That's crazy population numbers, but right.
I mean, they literally said 4 million later. Wow.
4 million out of 8 billion. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that we have enough. We have 4 million for like small country or something.
Honestly, like when it comes to uh, the whole mutant conversation is going to get really nasty once that happens, but we'll get to that when that happens.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So they go to a sightseer. First off, they don't really know if that's like a real witch. So it's like, how do you know about this person? In
Fuck,
the
because the
first
plot
place,
said so. Let's be real.
because the plot says so. So
And
Lilia is your one of your characters who is race swap. But
wait,
yeah,
and no, Lilia, no, it's age swap. Age swap. You said race swap.
No, Lilia is also a race swap.
Oh shit. Oh well.
The Romani character, but yeah.
So yeah, I'm just it's like this is then you know what, I just game over because nothing really happens. Just like
Yeah, so there so Agatha's trying to play like a game. It's like, oh, I'm here because like my husband died and I he had like the gold bars, but he put this somewhere and I don't know where he put it. So can you look for that? And then Lilia plays the game as well. Like, oh, it's over there. It's behind the cupboard over the stairs. Okay, that makes sense. Agatha thinking this is all bullshit. And then yeah, then she's like, yeah, what I also found is that you're lying. You're trying to go somewhere that you're not supposed to. You were defeated by a very powerful witch. And yeah, so that kind of is the evidence that proves that Lilia is a witch.
yeah, and by the way, it's like it's so because and here's a line. I didn't read your fortune. I know your reputation. So so the moment that Lillian saw her was like, yeah, you're fucking Agatha, get fuck off. This should be the reaction instead of just come into my place instead.
I'm not going to falter too much because like I can believe the idea of humoring somebody. Like I want to see what kind of bullshit you're going to say. I could be fine with that. Um, yeah, but like the once they do have that conversation and they talk about like the whole coven aspect, so then so basically Lilia has it makes like a list of names that she needs to find in order to make this coven. Otherwise, the Salem Seven are going to attack her, and she'll be defenseless and all that stuff. So it's like God, and Lilia didn't know that she wrote her own name. It's that divination stuff. So the seer, that makes sense to me in terms of like other magic property stuff that we talk about. But that happens. So a few times Agatha sees like some weird things like a crow is watching her very suspiciously. It's like a bad omen. Um then like then they go to a candle shop where I guess this is also nearby where Jennifer Kale, another swap, is
Yeah, by the way, so we just gotta say this. There's no explanation of anything. I mean, when it comes to like why can't just the Lillian just walk out of the room? It's like it just said it just like yeah, she just can't.
so that's part of the magic system. Like she made a fortune via divination. So it's like when her name is like written on the that was like why when she blacked out like saying like magic talk and then like she was writing on a piece of paper like so it's like her destiny is like intertwined with the coven so she can't back out of it. But like
Then why then just say fuck off.
I
Then
don't
just
that's not how magic works.
yeah, I mean yeah, I just don't even know. Just don't even understand how does she even say yes again? She just tell fortune and I mean if it's
She says like I'm not gonna join your coven. It's like you can't like you have to. Your name is on the list. And then she shows her the list. It's like, yeah, your name is on the list, so
what
that's why Lilia has to join.
but why is her name on the list?
It was a fortune.
What the fuck? Yeah, I just don't understand any fortunes. Why would you have fortune that
Yeah,
say your
that's
own
just
name?
how I know. Like I'm just like with like seeing how other magic based like information stuff goes. Like that's usually like how it works. If a fortune is given, you kind of have to do it. That's like destiny, like prophecy, that kind of thing. In terms of explaining that stuff, no, it's not very clear. But like I kind of filled in the gaps based on like my knowledge and other magic
No,
related
we
stuff.
literally have Doctor Strange magic shit. It's like we know the
That's
fortune.
sorcery.
Yeah, I don't even. It's like remember
Sorcery
in
versus magic.
Multiverse of Madness, the shit. It's like the sorcerers know about the witches.
Oh, it's sorcery versus witchcraft. That's what it was.
Yep, they really didn't make that clear. They just say they literally just like different wording. It's the same thing with the multiverse and dimensions.
Let's see. But yeah, they go to Jennifer Kale. It's at a candle shop. So they already know Jennifer Kale. She apparently, so she gives like she makes candles that are edible, which is pretty dangerous. And clearly dangerous because according to the lawsuit, she's had like 800 counts of people saying that they got sickness from eating her edible candles. So
Why would you eat a
they-
candle again? I'm sorry. Like yeah, no shit. You eat candles.
it's like, but it tastes good, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of things taste good. I still wouldn't eat it. I mean, it's like yeah, dude, I think perfume tastes good as well. I won't drink it.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially, so Jennifer and Agatha know each other as well. How do they know each other? Reputation.
Reputation.
And Jennifer is the one that's like, yeah, I don't really care. You're not going to be able to help me. And then, so Teen uses his brain, and he's like, I'm a big fan of you, and I've heard a lot about you because of your court trial.
By the
And
way,
it's like,
yeah.
so he basically manipulates her into, well, it's like if you don't help us, then like we could just let the 800 counts where you'll be prison for life, or you can go to the witch's road and get what you want so that you can not have this charge ever again. So
By the way,
that's how Jennifer
yeah.
agrees to.
Yeah,
join.
we absolutely got no explanation why the team wanted to help Agatha. He's
He's
dead.
a super fan.
Yeah, that's why she just fuck.
Yeah,
Short
he's
form
a
of fuck.
super fan.
Short form for fuck it.
Yes. Yeah. So here's my thing about the pacing again. It's like, wow. So first episode, we've already gotten out of the magic world into the real world. We've already talked about the coven. Now this episode, we've already met the coven, which we have one more person at the Westview Mall. So another very close location. All these witches are all near each other. Very convenient. And this is the one that got me. Alice Wu Gulliver. She's at the mall. She's working at a Hot Topic, and Agatha knew her. Agatha knew her mother.
No, before that, Agatha eat the paper first.
Agatha eats the paper because like there's two names there, but like I don't want to say it. Eats the paper. Very funny. They meet Alice. So Agatha knew Alice's mother, is what she was saying. It's like, oh, the daughter, cool beans and all that stuff. So they get her fired first by having Teen like run through the metal detector. She thought he was stealing something. He didn't steal anything.
But the metal detector still like rings anyway.
They didn't. He didn't have anything on him, so he just pushed him to run. So like him running out of the store made it seem like he was stealing something. That's why she tackled him, and he's like, I didn't steal anything. Which is like, honestly, it's like, why would you risk that? Oh, but Agatha's a villain, so it's like, of course she would get her fired.
Here's the other thing. The metal detector actually sounded. If he didn't steal anything, so what did it sound?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like all they have to do is just
shouldn't have, yeah.
All they have to do is just don't have a sound. That's all you need to do. But they have the sounds like, wait, so did he have it or not?
Yeah. And he doesn't do like a thing is like I don't have anything. Is like, oh wait, how did that get in there? That cue the Tobey Maguire meme. But yeah, that's so. Then they got her fired. It's like, well, now that you're fired, you could join our coven now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
fuck your coven.
oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say one thing. So, so do you remember Lillian was like, oh, by the way, Agatha just said, oh, Lillian, are you 400 and something years old? I was like, wait, how old are you? Wait, how long have the witches exist again? Because they also mentioned like the witches got burned or something. What
That
a
was the Salem witch trials in 1673.
Salem witch trial? Salem witch.
I think 1673, right?
1692.
1692. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, so the witches are okay. Okay, 1692 plus 410 is like 2100. So which is past our time.
Yeah,
So what?
that's
So
definitely a long time ago.
so the witches exist way sooner than that.
I mean, you also have to factor that they were adults back then, so we don't even know how long they've been around.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that's just the thing.
Yeah, so the witch existed for hundreds of years.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Um, so they all have reasons to walk. I forget what was Alice's reason why she had to walk on the witch's road.
nothing. He just came back because reasons really. I'm gonna be honest.
Did she have beef with her mother or something? I think her mother
Yeah, she has.
died.
It's like she has some beef with her mother. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go for the dialogues again. It's like, oh, sorry, there are 40 million witches. 40 million. So just give us
40 million. Still compared to 8 billion, it's like still a fraction.
Sorry,
But yeah.
sorry, got it wrong. 40 million is a song number. So it's like, wait, the dialogue's
I
sorry,
mean,
give me a second. The dialogue's confusing me. Oh yeah, no, that's a lie. But still, 3 mile radius and you can find a witch. That's insane. But oh well. But yeah, we've been
yeah.
long.
I just don't remember why Alice is joining. Again, this is it just came off as like, AI, please tell me who are 5 witches in Marvel Comics so I can use them for my TV show. Because like, yeah, these are all very random. Jennifer Kale is supposed to be Ghost Rider's cousin, by the way. So good luck with that. Um, but yeah, so they go back. Feels like everything's a failure. We talked about Teen, like when he's trying to say his backstory, can't understand him at all because of the magic.
Yep. And
But
yeah, so
they go back to the house and they're pretty so Teen is optimistic that they're gonna join. And Jennifer joins and then eventually the others join too.
I mean, and then there's Lillian. Just so Alice joins because Alice is like, usually I'm an ex-cop. Okay, that doesn't say shit because cops has like computers and access to security, so they can see if they can track people down. Being
Yeah,
ex-cop means
you know,
you don't have
yeah,
anything of those.
yeah, and Alice Wu is the Hong Kong police officer.
I mean, honestly, they should say she used to be a detective. Okay, not
Yeah,
detective, like a private investigator or some shit.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is, like, so it's like Agatha's trying to say, "Oh, the gang's all here, so we can get started on the song." But nope, we can't. We can't do that. We need one more person. It's like, oh, we don't have anybody else. We have everybody here. It's like, no, you're missing somebody who has a black heart.
Oh, so So the list, write down the names, but only draw a black heart for the last one. Makes sense to me.
So I guess Rio doesn't have a name,
No. Yeah, I guess
or
because
maybe,
Rio.
maybe Rio's an alias or something. I don't know.
But you see, Rio sad. Oh, my black heart beats for you. That's a setup.
That's the setup.
Was it? It was
Um,
like Rio. That's. I was like, but dude, everyone should know Rio. Rio should have a name. If the witches have a name, she should have one.
maybe she's born out of magic. Who knows?
Maybe she's Mephisto.
Let's keep that under wraps for a second. So they need the Green Witch in order to move along. So what Agatha does is she heads outside, and the next door neighbor, uh, Mrs. Davis, is there, played by Deborah Drew. Uh, you know, we all love her, and she's talking about like how we don't. My name's not Mrs. Hart. That was the thing that Wanda gave. So my name is
Yeah.
Sharon. My husband died. So yeah, that's unfortunate. He died within the
Yeah.
3 years.
So she's just gonna come in a stranger's house who's been locked by magic, I guess.
Yeah, I mean she's cool with Agatha, I guess. And it's like, oh, she's gardening, so that's enough to show that she's a green witch. So yeah, they so
Yeah,
they
I guess I garden, and so that's why I'm a witch now.
yeah, it's like it would have been so nice if it was Emma Caulfield, but Deborah is the way bigger star from that '70s show, I think.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, Doctor Strange, man. So Doctor Strange never noticed any of those shit. Even though in the second Doctor Strange movie, they know that witches exist.
I mean, even with that, it's like, yeah, the witches exist, but like, they're very weird about like how much does Doctor Strange know what's going on with Earth, and how much does he focus on dimensional shit and stuff like that. I mean, we've had
Oh,
this conversation with Bia when he was on our podcast. Shout out to Bia. With regards to Doctor Strange and how his magic makes no sense in the MCU, but
but no, not just
that's
yeah,
another conversation.
yeah. Everyone, yeah. So by the way, so the witches can just walk freely without Doctor Strange and stuff, so you can just be, and so with that we were like, oh, so you can just be a witch without magic, as long as you garden. Is that a limit now? That just kind of breaks everything.
No, it's more. Well, technically, all she had to do is just be there. Because like, so then what they do is like, because because it's starting to get late and the Salem Seven will be on their way. She tells Wiccan to like stay upstairs. Um,
So
so
yeah.
he goes upstairs. All the ladies go downstairs, and they start to sing down the Witch's Road in a circle. And Deborah's just vibing because she doesn't know the song. Um, honestly, there's been a lot of comments about the song. I don't know why. It
I mean,
makes sense. It makes
I
sense to
just
me.
for me, it's like, dude, go, dude, this is just so long. So
It's
just get on with.
long. It's long, but does it not make sense?
No, it just felt, it's just like, dude, 5 minutes for this song. I was like, God, can it just move on already? I mean, that's my only comment. It's so long.
Yeah, I like the song though. Everybody sings really well.
I mean, I just
No, you
say,
got you
oh,
got you got Patty Lupon, so
I mean, to be
you're
fair,
gonna expect a song out of her.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like the entire thing can just replace if you say one sentence. Open the witch's road. It doesn't make a difference.
I mean, it's
Here's a long.
you watch Wizards of Oz. You know songs exist
I'm gonna.
with witches, but yeah.
This YouTube. Okay, I'm not gonna comment because I have so much to say when it comes to Wicked and stuff.
Uh, all right.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I enjoyed the song just for as a song itself. I think they all sing really well. It is pretty long, but I'm not going to. But yeah, that's all I'll really say about it. Um, I just what I'm really confused on is like you got four of the witches singing, and then Deborah can't sing the song because she doesn't really know it. She's just singing the chorus, the down the witch's road, which is pretty funny.
And then during
But
the meantime,
it,
they,
yeah, and then the Salem Seven show up.
I just call them the Nazgûls because literally they are just the Nazgûls. I can't even see a difference. Like they literally wear
Yeah,
the
this
same.
is this is more of what I wanted to focus on. Like I don't get how the song works because five witches need to sing, but you don't have to if you don't want to because only four of them sang. And yeah, that was my problem. But yeah,
Yeah, I just
um,
yeah. And by that logic, can you just grab like 5 normal people? If you can just grab 1 normal people.
it's kind of weird though because like you have soprano, tenor, alto, bass, and all that stuff. So it's like I guess like you have four of the people doing that. So then what would the fifth person be doing? It's got to be something otherworldly, but I guess not.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
know,
study
because like
music.
yeah,
I study musical, so I was like, okay, that's not how it works for sure.
yeah. So but the door opens. So yeah, it didn't matter. The door opens to the witch's road.
Yeah, I just gotta say the Nazgûl shit. It's like nothing explained. They just the Nazgûl just appear because reasons. Yes, they just hear the spell and the Nazgûl just
No, no,
comes
no,
in.
no, no, no. Rio said in the last episode that they are going to come at this particular time. So it was getting closer to the time of when they were coming. So it's like it's that predeterminism magic bullshit. But there, it
Yeah,
was technically explained.
it's just not explained well. It's just okay.
Yeah,
Why exactly this time is because time limit.
destiny.
And yep, yeah, but it's like we're watching The Witcher again. I guess just destiny balance everyone.
But yeah, the
Oh,
door opens. Everybody
yeah. Do you know
goes
that
down.
even though Joe Loki's teen saw the Nazgûl, he just decided to sit next to the window to shiver, I guess.
I
So
mean,
of course,
he was trying to blockade the doors.
and
But
then he just sit next to a window.
yeah, then he heads down,
Yeah, I was like,
down the witch's road.
yay.
Yeah, so and that's kind of how it ends. They see the witch's road and they take off their shoes
Oh
before
no,
they
shit.
start walking.
No, there's more. Okay, this literally just ruins all the characters. So I was like, so Agatha was like, oh, nothing works, and they're like, oh, blast me, I hate you guys, blast me. I was like, oh, you try to steal all my powers, you never care about it. I was like, yeah. Okay, first off, Agatha, why do you even admit that? Second, yeah, you guys should be hating her. You guys should have a lot more conflicts and talking now. Because you realize Agatha is just trying to kill all of you.
Well, no, because the door opened at that point, so everything
Yay.
did work out.
Even though Agatha admits that she's just trying to steal their powers. You
She
kidding
tried
me?
to steal the powers after she thought that the spell didn't work. To be fair, so that was like kind of her pivot.
But everyone else
It's
was
not a
like,
it's not an unreasonable pivot, I would say,
yeah,
but
everyone just
because it
told her.
did work, it doesn't matter.
Even though it's like, even though I would be like, oh, if you try to stab me because after something happened and then suddenly there's a war between us, I won't forget that you try to stab me.
Well, it's a little different. Just blast with their magic. You're hurting me, right? You're hurting me. I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna be here
Uh,
calmly. All you gotta do is hit me, and then that's the
so
violence is on you, my guy.
yeah, Agatha, yeah, it's like Agatha is just trying to
Which
kill
honestly,
them.
the
Yeah,
stupid part is that Patty explains. She explained it to Lilia how her magic works. So if she didn't explain, then Lilia would not be able to, because like the reason why it's like I know you steal people's magic, so why would I work with you? So that's how Agatha gets her to trust her is like, so the way my powers work is that you would have to blast me in order for my powers to work. So as long as you don't do that, I won't be able to have any powers. And that was what convinces like Lilia to go with her without like, as long as I don't get mad at you and blast my magic at you out of anger, then we should be fine.
But
But
yeah,
then
because
but then
it's
like then she's getting them angry in the when the witch's road thing didn't work. So it's like so she's like encouraging them, all right, just hit me. But then so Jennifer and Alice were about to hit her, but then Lily's like, wait, she told me that if you hit her, she'll get magic. That was so it's like technically there's an explanation and there's technically a setup. I just don't think any of it made sense for the sake of what they were trying to tell in these scenes.
and
But yeah.
and then the characters like the side character be like, oh yeah, fuck you, and it's like every character would now be hating her guts right now. At least the witches, because now they know that she would just get her killed on the witches road anyways. It's like there's no, but it's like no, it's just the door opens and there's no talking.
Because the Witch's Road looks beautiful.
Yay! Oh, by the way, when I say that sucking her magic can kill them, because I mean it. That's a thing in WandaVision.
I mean,
Yeah, remember opening episode 8?
no, I got that, but like that was kind of dependent on like how much is happening. Um, right. I mean, essentially, it was just kind of like a filter. Like the longer you do it, the worse it gets. So it's like I guess it would just depend on what Agatha is looking for. Because right now she's just looking for a hint of power. And then like obviously like killing them would get her more power in that sense, but like she would still have power by definition of how her powers work or how it seemed to work. Which yeah, it could kill them, or she could let them go, which I wouldn't believe her to do that if she were to do that. But yeah, that's kind of like that's kind of it. But like yeah, they go down to the Witch's
No,
Road.
yeah, no one just say anything. It was like no one is like, yeah, we just gotta take our shoes off and just walk with her. I was like, okay, you're just not gonna say anything, okay.
I will also say, like, because they kept saying like the Witch's Road is not real; it's a myth. Only Agatha's the one who knows about it, but she could be capping because nobody can trust Agatha. So it's like, I guess I could see where the shock and awe is coming from. Uh, my only thing about this is like I'm surprised how after episode 2 we're already on the Witch's Road. We got 7 more episodes. What else could you possibly be doing?
No, don't worry, wrong. Episode 3 is gonna be like Agatha saw Alice in Wonderland, and they play for an entire episode, and then suddenly the Mad Hatter is evil and try to kill them, and it kills Alice Wu. I guess that's how it works, gonna.
Yeah, that's kind of how these 2 episodes end.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the episodes.
No, I just find it tedious. That's it.
Yeah,
I just get numb at this point.
my thing is like Agatha is like a really boring character to me.
No, I mean they could make that interesting. Just saying. I mean, fucking Andor's. I'm fucking Rogue One. Andor is fucking
I
boring.
know, I know. I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of Catherine Hahn. Is one thing, but like I'm not gonna use that against her. But like I just don't really think. Yeah, it was just
I mean,
7
fuck it.
episodes of walking. I'm gonna go crazy.
Jesus. I mean, I'm not going. I don't think I'll say the Penguin's like that memorable in the Batman. Like he just.
He absolutely is. Come on.
I mean, yeah, in Colin Firth and the makeup, but it's like at the same time, if you compare him
No
like to,
hablo español.
I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, I like the
Whoa,
dialogues,
whoa,
but
whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. He's funny,
yeah.
man.
I mean, yeah, but if you want me to compare him to like Alfred, Batman, or okay, even Riddler to at least before the third acts, I would be like, yeah, he's just that not as interesting.
I'm not gonna go too deep into Penguin right now.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, but the show makes him so much more interesting.
let's So Agatha.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I can understand that. I just I don't know. Maybe I just have a bias of like I don't see anything Agatha related to the character, so it's like why bother at this point? I mean, like first off, they went into the whole concept of Agatha intending for her to be a villain, which Agatha is not in the comics. So it's like, all right. So if this is what we're going with the character, then like I really don't have any expectations for how you want to talk about this character in the first place. But even if I ignore that, which the show does all the time, um, so you already got your coven, you already got your road to the witch's road, and stuff like that. Um, and then we have 7 more episodes. So I'd have to see like where exactly are they going to go with this stuff. I mean, obviously something's going to work. Maybe somebody dies.
yeah, and yeah, the
Oh,
Nazgul.
show me.
Haha. Wow, wow, wow. I'm gonna fucking kill you, guy. Yeah, yeah, we just got yeah, we just so yeah. T doesn't say anything about the Nazgul. She just like yeah, run down there. That's all he said.
Which, yeah, I mean, it was kind of evident with because they know the Salem 7 is coming. So it's like that's not really a surprise. It's like, oh, why are you scared? The Salem 7 are here. Yeah, I knew that. This is like, yeah, I get that. Um, which by the way, the Salem 7 are grandchildren of Agatha in the comics, so clearly that's not the case in the show.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
You just want a
Another
fucking
trivia.
name. Yeah, and when I saw the set, I was like, wow, this looks like something I can even my friends can make in theater.
Knights of the Ren, essentially. I'm guessing that's the level of effort they'll do with the Salem 7 as well.
Yep. Uh, that's basically it. I mean, they're just gonna be worst version of the Nazgûls.
You got Vertigo, who isn't a member of the Salem 7 in the comics, but again, I'm not surprised.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, do you have any expectations for the next few episodes?
No, I just want. It's like I have as much expectation of this show than the Acolytes. Which is basically means that the show has no idea how to end the story. I mean, WandaVision kind of proves that the show, like, it's like the name again, Jack Sheffield has no idea how to do the show. She literally have no idea what the mystery is, and you expect me to care about it again? I know what she did.
Yeah, and then there's just like a lot. There's a lot of characters overall, like that we're kind of balancing.
Yeah, when
y-
we learn nothing about them except for fuck it, I have to be here because magic less. No, it's like everything is so surface level.
and that's kind of my problem with like Marvel stuff in general nowadays. Like every character is just a reskin of somebody else. Everybody quips. Everybody says a joke. Everybody is like, they have some kind of trauma, but it's like, I don't know. It's like spin the wheel. This is your trauma. Okay, cool. But that's it. Like there's no effort into really distinguishing your characters into who they are. I mean, fuck me if you want to include anything about Jennifer Kale's backstory regarding. Uh, I mean, to be fair, it is episode 2, and it was a first episode introduction. I could make that comment if they decide to introduce any more introspection, character analysis, or breakdowns. moving forward. So I will have to wait and see on would they do that or not before I fully comment on that. So I guess that's my preface for those who would want me to say that.
No, don't get me wrong. At the end of the episode, we just gotta realize that we just gotta say that we know the fucking showrunner has no clue what it's doing.
Yeah. I'm not sure how we're gonna break down these episodes moving forward. I know. Well, next Friday is Joker Folie à Deux. So I
Oh
don't know if
shit! Next Friday, Joker is already next Friday.
yep.
Oh my. Okay, I need to check my schedules again.
AMC gave me a free movie ticket for getting 1,000 subs, so I'm using that to watch
Thanks.
Joker 2.
I have to watch Joker 2 in 2 days now.
No. Well, oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joker's on October 4th. That's next Friday.
Jeez.
Operation.
Yeah, same. But yeah, go watch the Penguin so far.
Yeah, and we'll probably talk about episode 3 next week, unless there's something else that we could talk about. But yeah, we'll probably we'll save up like maybe 2 episodes or something like that. So that way we don't have to talk about Agatha all the time.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause I
want to
don't
talk about. Yeah.
honestly, I don't think it's as engaging to talk about like Acolyte was so
No,
far, at least.
we literally spent 2 episodes. We literally only spent 90 minutes on 2 episodes. There's so nothing. I mean, I can talk about the shit things. I mean, there's plenty of it. Don't get me wrong. It broke the world already.
Yeah.
And none of the characters are good. They're just mystery box or Finn or just contradictory already.
Yeah. I don't think Agatha's an engaging character. Even
I
after
know.
2 episodes. Teen, I'm gonna be really upset with this whole Wiccan stuff, but I'm gonna save that till things are proven. So I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, they just gotta be like, I mean, I think Agatha was sometimes just like, tell them how I testify in gravity. I won't be surprised if they did that.
We already saw he has blue magic in the trailers and the blue hex symbol. So yeah, he's totally not Wiccan, guys. Don't worry.
Don't worry. So yeah, and
And,
this teen, it's. By the way, because remember, you have to remember this. The fucking showrunner bring Evan Peters as Flash with the same Flash powers, and it's like even looks similar.
Quicksilver. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Sean Boner.
yeah, and they're just making fucking boners for a PB joke. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that again.
I don't. I don't think Wiccan will be that, mainly because like Wiccan is a pretty critical young Avenger, and
But
you have some of the young Avengers already introduced in the MCU, so I don't see them doing it with this particular character, like how they did with Quicksilver, for example. But I'm kind of confused why this is why this is the mystery. It has to, unless they're going for a twist, because otherwise I really don't get why they're trying to make it all a mystery right now.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Oh, I'm working with my enemy's son. Wow, that's such a shocker. Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. If they gotta say this, I was like, so why can't Agatha just like, okay, Lillian, ask Teen what is his real name, his backstory, and Lillian, tell me about what the teen say. If they could just do that.
Maybe they do that in episodes 2 through 9. Who knows?
I was like, yeah, why didn't you figure that out sooner? Yeah, I mean, I figured that out.
Yeah. That was essentially our thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Agatha. Anything else?
I mean, By the way, don't be fooled by the show because there's no way Jack Strayfield even figure out the mystery anymore.
I will say though, I am curious what is the mystery because like they don't really set up anything for the next episode from the ending of this one. So, but
No,
then again,
they
that's
just
that's the point of teasers because they did drop the episode 3 teaser the other day.
no. Shit, I need to watch that one first.
Well, yeah. Um,
Yeah, I mean, we just I'll say just watch the Penguin so far. I like the Penguin.
I think we'll save the Penguin conversations till it's over. I think, or we could do a halfway point. That kind of breakdown. We'll see how it goes, depending on how our weeks are.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
because Unity's back at school. Uh, I got a promotion, so extra work has been going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty much. Yep. And what do you say? Oh yeah, Green Lantern got cast.
Green Lantern got cast, played by Kyle Chandler.
I was like, well, this guy's 59. You sure?
I will say he is. I like his casting choice way more than Josh Brolin. I thought that was a disgusting casting attempt.
To be fair, he looks younger than Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is 53.
That is crazy. Grandpa
Yeah.
Lantern.
I was like, when I saw Kyle Chandler, I was like, how is this guy? I thought he's like 40 something. I was
Yeah.
like,
I think like one of my things is like discussing films, like whenever they post this is the cast, and then you see like a picture and it's like, oh, he looks perfect for the role. And then you realize that picture was from 20 years ago. What does he look like now?
oh shit, let me look at.
That is not how he looks like now.
Okay, let me look at Kyle Chandler now.
Yeah. He's got gray hair.
You know.
Not like fully gray, but like he's has a lot of gray hair.
Oh yeah, still looks younger than Josh Brolin.
He still looks younger than that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like I don't know, man. And it's like at this point, it's like you were so adamant on making Hal Jordan in his 50s. It's like why didn't you just cast Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan? Because it was obvious. Because you wanted to see.
No,
you
because
wanted to see Guy Gardner's bowl haircut on something that looks stupid for Nathan Fillion's hair.
No, I'm gonna be honest. No, because Damon Lindelof is a fucking moron. You know the guy who made Watchmen.
To be fair, he's not the casting director.
Oh, he's a showrunner. He has to have a hand
he's maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I can see the argument, but like the thing is like part of it comes down to casting Guy as somebody who's 53 right now in Nathan Fillion. That is like, oh, I still need Hal Jordan to be older than Guy Gardner because I can't have Hal Jordan be younger than Guy. That would be stupid. So
yeah,
it would make. I mean, like look at like the other casting choices they were thinking about: Ewan McGregor, Josh Brolin, now Kyle Chandler. So these are all older. They're older than 53. Chris Pine is actually a fan cast for Hal Jordan, especially post like, because the DCU is gone. It's like, oh, now we can finally have him as Hal Jordan. They were never going to do that. Let's be completely honest.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to just like, oh, here's the guy who's made Watchmen. And it's like, oh, but Watchmen is so good. I was like, dude, do you know didn't know Watchmen literally have the same problem with WandaVision and Agatha? They have the mystery. It's basically just they literally just JJ Abrams shit. Mystery box. They don't have the answer. And this show is a fucking detective show. You expect me to just look at Damon Lindelof's credits, who's basically JJ Abrams in TV show, and was like, yeah, he will absolutely have the answer at the end instead of just throwing mystery box after mystery box.
I just haven't been a fan of a lot of the DCU casting so far because like I just don't find any like cohesion or like semblance of like an understanding as to what they're going for. Because like either characters are like really old or characters are like really young, like, and there's no like in between, and I just have no idea what they're going for. It's like I guess you could say Guy Gardner will be like. I mean, I guess Jon Stewart will be like the one that on the Justice League. Okay, I guess. But will like Barry Allen be older, and then like Wally West be on the Justice League, or something like that? And then it's like, what about Wonder Woman? What about Batman? We're still waiting for him. Everybody's waiting for him and the Bat Family for Brave and the Bold. I don't know. It's just like it's so weird because like they like obviously they want to show that this is a DC universe where everything is established, so you don't have to be like, oh, where did this hero come from? How did they were able to come back? You're breaking the lore. Now it's like, oh, we're in the middle of a DC universe that already exists, so it's like we're just going into that story. Fair. I mean, if you want to avoid that MCU criticism of like, where did this come from? The secret organization XXX and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I don't know. I still feel like they went way too hard on just trying to justify this, where they could have just done it slower.
True.
Focus on Superman and his friends. You can let me know that the other DC characters exist in the universe, but you have a news reporter channel with, the Daily Planet. So it's like, you can tell me about what's going on in these other cities, what's going on in Star City, what's going on in Gotham City, what's going on in Central City. Like, just like tell me what's going on in those worlds, but we focus on Superman and his friends. I don't know why that's like such a crazy idea.
I mean, we like. Don't get me wrong. We like the what's the show again? Jesus Christ. Well, we like the casting for Superman.
Yeah. I like Superman and all of his friends. I think they're cast very well. I like Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl for Kendra Saunders. I do like Eddie for Mr. Terrific.
I like the engineer casting.
I like the engineer casting. My issues with engineer specifically and all the Authority characters is that I just don't think they fit in a DC universe.
Don't worry about it. The writer is gonna be Jeremy Slatter. It's rumored to be Jeremy Slatter, the guy who hates Moon Knight, who wrote Moon Knight, who has no understanding of the comics. So the movie is gonna be changed. Oh right, that's sarcasm.
Yeah, and then what's weird for me is like the Authority is like the second movie of this universe, but yet we still have no word on any like castings, and we don't even have a director for that movie.
I mean, we know the casting, the engineers. That's one.
Only the engineer, yeah.
Hey,
I'm curious how this will go.
Oh, by the way, Chris. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this part. Fucking Damon Lindelof also wrote Prometheus, and what's the answer of that movie? Nothing. Fucking nothing. I have no idea what the Black Ghoul is.
Hey man, I mean, maybe Ridley Scott will pull a Gladiator 2 and he'll just like, you know what? Let's make a sequel to Covenant. Like 20 years later, if he's still alive.
Probably. Oh shit! Sorry, he's one of the showrunners. But you see, this Chris Mundy guy is also the showrunner. He made some good things like Ozark. I mean, people like Ozark. I think you seen Ozark, right?
Yeah.
Ozark.
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah. It's decent. I think it started well. Kind of teetered, but
he wrote all 4 seasons. So. He's not the showrunner. Yeah.
That's fair. That's a decent overall.
And this is his recent project. So, which season of True Detective do you think he wrote?
I already know this answer.
Do you want to say the answer?
It's the last season.
The fucking season that doesn't even have the answer. I'm serious. I didn't watch the show, don't get me wrong. But I heard when I watched them, people told me about it. It's like, oh, this is supernatural stuff. Okay, let's explain at the end. No.
I still have no idea how Jodie Foster won that Emmy. Made no sense. Should have went to Brie Larson. It is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, this is also there's Chris Mundy also wrote the show that has no answer. I love my life.
Yeah. I feel like with the because like as we're talking about like the Authority in particular, it's like Gun. I made an Authority fan cast video. Already one of them doesn't work out. Fine, that's fair. At least look at Jenny Sparks at the very least. That's all I ask. Olivia May Barrett.
Please.
So yeah. What else?
So yeah, so just wrap it up with Agatha. The Green Lantern show is gonna have the same problem as Agatha, WandaVision, and anything Jack Strafer was gonna do. The Acolytes.
My thing about right, that was what I was gonna say about Green Lantern. Is like I just what I wasn't the biggest fan of like the pitches like when Gunn dropped it back in 2023, 2022 about like, oh, Green Lantern show is going to be like a true detective show based on Earth between
wait.
the lanterns, and it's like,
Okay,
they're space cops. Why don't you have them go out in space? Oh, we don't have the budget for that.
But you see, we got a guy who wrote True Detective, Night Country. Fuck you.
The other, not the good one. Yeah. So it's like, so you got that. It's like, for me, it's like, I would like this premise way better if the characters were Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz. I mean, they're the ones that make perfect sense to do a True Detective based, Earth based show, because like John and Hal are much more like, I mean, yeah, they come to Earth a lot, of course, but they like to spend a lot of time in space. So it's like, I feel like you would just do it in space at that point. There's that, and then secondly, I've told Unity this before. I'm not the biggest fan of like, oh, what do I expect out of your show? Oh, it's like True Detective, but Green Lanterns. Okay, it's not very specific. I mean, I guess it gives me a general idea of what I'm looking for if I know True Detective.
Yeah, they just
like, I mean, like the Themyscira prequel show, Paradise Lost, is like, oh, what is that about? Oh, it's just Game of Thrones with Amazonians. So,
yeah, that has been nothing but effects. Oh shit! Wait, Tom King also wrote the show.
Tom who?
Tom King, from the comics.
Right, that guy.
Okay, maybe just tell us what the Tom King did.
Operation. You know about Tom King, right?
Let's just make it more specific. Just how he write Mystery and Green Lantern.
Well, so Tom King is the writer of the Supergirl comic, Woman of Tomorrow, which is very highly regarded. People regard it as one of the best Supergirl stories ever. I do like the story. I still don't like it as like, oh, this is movie one. Let's adapt this comic story to show as an introduction to Supergirl. I don't think it makes sense to do that, in my opinion. But yeah, Tom King was the one that wrote that Jenny Sparks recent story, the one that I told you about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who did that dog shit story. She came back because of 9/11 was so severe, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Wait, isn't the DC universe always having multiverse dying or some shit?
Yeah, like, well, the other thing too is like she's British, so it's like, why is an American tragedy what brings her back to life? And then even with that, it's like, so Tom King has a lot of political takes, by the way, because he was in I think he was in the Army or the Marines or something like that. So he puts a lot of that into his comics as well.
Which is fine. Everyone is defined by something. But
yeah, that's fine. But like, again, I'm just a guy like Jenny Sparks just should have died. 19th century. She was the 20th century spirit. She's gone. Now it's time for Jenny Quantum for the 21st century. Just let her exist. But no, we can't even do that. And then they also got rid of Jenny Quantum to bring in a brand new spirit via retcon. So now Jenny Quantum is gone. But yeah, I mean, even then, Tom King has a lot of other problems. Like Batman, his Batman sucks. Um,
Let's just say how he writes
I
Green
can't
Lantern.
I can't really. I'm not really too. I'm not too familiar with his Green Lantern stuff. I'm more familiar with his. I'm more familiar with Jeff Johns. Oh, Tom King was the one who wrote. I don't know if you've ever seen that panel. Uh, I don't even know what will is. Do you know what it means? Have you ever
I'm
seen
looking.
that?
I'm gonna look at it. Well, oh,
Yeah,
that's a thing. Oh fuck.
yeah. Let's be
Oh,
honest. Yeah.
let's be honest, right? I don't even know what the hell Will is. Do you?
Do you?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the panel. Yeah, I don't trust him with
Okay.
Green Lantern.
Okay. You know, like, tell me about his Batman, like how he write mystery. Because Batman should be like a detective comic. You should tell me that. And the show is detective based.
Well, so here's a few things about it is like what I definitely hated about his run is how he's very adamant about Batman not being with Selena Kyle, which that's generally what I don't like about it, but like I mean I guess for the mystery side,
Is it clear for?
I think he did Court of Owls. Did he do Court of Owls? I yeah, it's kind of I'm trying to remember.
Let me see. Tom King Batman.
Let me
He
see.
made the.
Operation Tom King is responsible for the story that what ruined Wally was so bad it took 3 retcons to fix it.
Oh shit.
Do you know his Batman run Operation?
I just I just wiki it. Don't worry about it. So this guy wrote Batman Black and White, Gotham City Year One, Gotham City, and not too bad. How is Year One for Batman?
Year 1?
Yeah, Batman Year One.
Batman Year 1 is
Sorry, Gotham City Year One.
oh, I was about to say Year 1 is Frank Miller.
Hmm.
Um
Jesus.
one thing I did remember about is like his Tom King has like a really good Vision run and a really good Mr. Miracle run. That's definitely what he's known for. Yeah, that was Scott Snyder who did Court of Owls. He said Batman had his whole crusade. It was just a secret death wish, and it was yeah. And he did the whole like setting up Selena Kyle's wedding just to throw that under the rug. But like,
Funny. Batman Black and White. Seriously?
yeah. I mean, but the Green Lantern thing is like, if he's writing Green Lantern, is like, I mean, that was his kind of way of humor because like, oh, I don't know what will means. What does it mean to you? It's like if he doesn't know what will means, then we're fucked.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at Green Kingpin, the Green Lantern one shot that ties into Dark Side War. Will you be my god? Seriously, and one of the best Green Lantern stories. It's said.
Oh right, Tom King turned Penguin into a zoophile.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's interested in fucking animals or something like that.
Oh shit! Yeah, this guy sounds like he has no idea how to write.
Yeah, right. He made him a penguin fucker.
Green Lantern, Justice League, Dark Side War, Green Lantern. I just wiki it. Hey, sounds good. Green Lantern. What the fuck is that shit? Lantern. No. Yep.
I guess he did make Kite Man better. I'm not gonna say he's like super awful, but like I can't personally stand him. I think it's like he's very. I think he's like decent at writing nicher characters, but when you give him like a main character like Wonder Woman, Batman, like in that sense, like he is absolutely ass when it comes to those characters.
Oh, pair him up with Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy. We're fucked. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if they're like actually Hal Jordan. It's old. He wants to die. He's grumpy. Oh, he's not gonna have willpower. He lost the Green Lantern power already. And how and
Honest, here's my other thing. Sorry to cut you off, but like, I don't understand what is this need of like, oh, we need to have an age difference between these characters so that we can show that this one is the young one, this one is the old one, and this guy is mentoring the younger one. Okay, fair enough, fine. But then why do you need to have Green Lantern be 60 and then John Stewart Green Lantern is 30, giving him a 30-year age gap just to let me know, yeah, this is the mentor, this is the student. Why the fuck do you need that big of an age gap just to justify it? That makes no sense. I don't know why it's so crazy. Like, just give a 30-year-old Green Lantern and give him like a 38, 42-year-old Hal Jordan. That's still a mentor to a 30-year-old. Like 38 to 42. That's like about an 8 to 12-year age difference. And that's like still reasonable enough to keep Hal Jordan in for a few movies, a few TV shows.
oh no, oh I can
And
tell
it's
you
also
why.
reasonable enough to have, yeah, because they don't want to have.
No. No. It's even easier. It's even clearer because this is how Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy write. They write old people, and they make them want to die.
Oh, that's why you're specifying that specifically.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
do you know that's how they write the Silks? That's how Damon Lindelof wrote Silk Spectre in Watchmen. They
Mhm.
wrote, yeah, she just broke up with Owlman,
Right.
something like that.
Night Owl.
Yeah,
Night Owl.
Night Owl, and she just want to die, and she's just cynical. And the True Detective Night Country, she just write Jodie Foster as just a cynical detective who also wants to die.
Yeah, that makes sense. That the math is mathing on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but like, yeah, but this is like kind of like a thing about like fan casting too. It's like I really don't understand like when people want to give like an age gap between characters, they need to go 15 plus, they need to go 20 plus, even 30 plus. It's like, why? Like you can have Hal Jordan be like 8 years older, 10 years older than John Stewart, and that's still like reasonable enough to be a mentor. I mean, like, I'm not gonna. I mean, I've been mentored by 34-year-olds, and I'm 24. Am I? Is that stupid, or should I get mentored by a 44-year-old, by a 54-year-old? Is that better? I don't really understand why that's such a common thing now, and I don't know. But like that kind of goes back to like some of the DC castings just not really making any sense to me in that
No,
front.
to be honest, when I saw that Green Lantern is gonna be like 50, I was like, oh right, this. And then I was like, oh right, this is Chris Mundy and Damon Lindelof. I was like, I wasn't even surprised anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really surprised because of the Guy Gardner casting. So I was like, I kind of like turned off on Green Lanterns in general. Uh, I'd probably be interested in. I'd still probably be interested in Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz in particular,
Oh,
and Kyle Rayner if they were ever to bring him.
oh, by the way,
But
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
then
tell.
they announced that we're looking for a 40 to 50-year-old Hal Jordan, and it's like I
Who's
knew
the
that.
other character again? Green Lantern, Hal Jordan and
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Oh, okay. I will tell you how to John Stewart write because this is also how Damon Lindelof Chris Mundy writes. He's not gonna be a character. He's just gonna be a tough guy who is gonna like, oh, I'm gonna beat people up. And the plot is gonna wait for me to happen. I'm not, and they'll be assholes. No, this is not me paraphrasing. I know what happened through Detective Night Country and Watchmen.
Yeah, John Stewart. I do feel like a lot of people don't really know John Stewart that well, mainly because like a lot of people go through the DC animated universe version of John Stewart and like characterize him in that sense. Oh, no nonsense military guy. all that stuff. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that he's an architecture. Like that's what brought the ring to him because he's very creative when it comes to his constructs. Since he understands the intricacies of like how to build things, so like he uses that knowledge when he does his constructs, and that's a really interesting factor that you don't really get to see in a lot of iterations of his character. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna
They realize
I'm
what
not
they're.
really against having a buddy cop show between the two lanterns. I think putting them on Earth was a really stupid idea.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
but
and
yeah,
yeah, they realize we're so, Agatha is so numb. We decided to just talk about Green Lantern for 30 minutes.
yeah,
By the way, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's like Agatha, WandaVision, Lantern is they will have the same problem. They won't have the answer at the end.
yeah.
And also
Um,
Thunderbolt
mhm.
trailer we have to mention it because it's like
Yeah, go ahead.
oh yeah, Thunderbolt trailer looks shit, and they gotta fight Superman, which is basically the line in Suicide Squad. What if Superman goes into the White House and take out the president? What do we do? Amanda Waller has an idea. Oh, they're literally doing it literally this time.
That actor's in this movie, David
Yay!
Harbour.
I remember him from Suicide Squad. Don't worry, and they go and good luck fighting Superman with people.
My thing about this, so he's very meek as of right now, and I'm it's so annoying why they can't make just give hair dye, man. Just make him blonde or give him a wig or do something. I don't know why you
What
guys can't just do that. But
to be fair,
anyway,
to be fair, after Agatha, I was like, that's nothing.
yeah, yeah. But outside of that, um, I will say, even with 3 seconds of showing her power, uh, the Beef director does a way better job showing Ghost's power than whatever Peyton Reed did in that movie. So
No,
I'll give
she
him
just
that. I'll give him that.
yep. I mean, I don't think Ghost is even a good character in that movie. I mean, oh, by the way, Ghost can turn invisible. No one remembers that. No, I mean literally, she can turn invisible.
Well, yeah, she's a ghost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not even Ant-Man 2 remembered that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the way that the trailer kind of went about was like, oh, we're all in this room. Somebody is trying to kill us because we are all bad and we did something bad.
Oh,
And it's
not,
like, oh, that's your justification on how okay.
okay.
So I guess it isn't exactly like Suicide Squad based on this trailer at least. We still don't really know how these sequence of events are going. I still don't really understand how they're going to go about these things because again, as I argued many times through my videos and Discord and all the time, I don't think any of these people make sense to be on a team with Valentina, but it turns out I don't think Valentina is in charge.
Don't worry. No,
But we'll have to wait and see on how they go about it in the
yeah,
movie.
I don't think they would know how to deal about it, but fuck it.
She bought Avengers Tower, so that whole mystery on who was going to buy the tower since Phase 4 started. Well, you got your answer.
But yeah, I don't even. I mean, I don't even care about that mystery. It's like, who cares?
Everybody was just hoping for Fantastic Four,
Oh
which
well.
they can't do that because they need to have. Oh, we need the Fantastic Four to be super popular, but we can't do that in the MCU. So let's put them in an alternate universe.
To be fair, the further they stay away from the main universe, the better. I say that even though I've seen Deadpool Wolverine.
Well, the problem with that is like, oh, we fully expect that cast to be transported to the main universe with no consequences.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine flat out said that you can go into 616 all you want because that's the sacred timeline. That can never be destroyed. But only these branches, those can get destroyed. So,
Yeah.
yes, so they pretty much have a armor like, oh, yeah, Deadpool can hang around 616, quote unquote, and and not have any consequences to that action.
Oh well. there's that.
Yeah, and then I found it funny because like Yelena's like, we're all here because we did something bad, and then John Walker is the character who has to say, "Yeah, I know. So what?"
I mean, John Walker doesn't even do anything bad, but
Yeah, and it's like again, I can understand the semantics of like, yeah, killing a foreign terror like a terrorist like on foreign soils. That's not necessarily legal, but like it's still. I mean, again, you have the whole process of that. They didn't have a trial, a proper trial, and all that. I do talk about it in my John Walker video.
yep. Hey,
But yeah, Bucky's there. Bucky's chasing after them as well.
yeah,
I
and
feel like Val probably hired Bucky to go after them, and then they'll probably convince him, no, she's evil, and then you have to join us, and then he joins them. Probably something like that. He's
yeah, and
got the
then
same car flipper gun from Winter
yeah,
Soldier.
I remember that shit. Do you remember? Yeah. Oh, I hate my life. Thunderbolts. Yeah. So what to say about the trailer? Okay, I need to look up the fucking. Okay, so yeah, the script is written is written many times. The director is changed several times. The poster is made with AI. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that part. AI.
I think Operation broke it down. It was probably not like his pinky was kind of bent weird, but it seemed to be a five finger poster. But
Yeah.
the font is stupid though.
Oh
That
yeah.
that for sure is.
Oh
You
yeah. I
can
can.
you can
I can.
type that up on Word.
Oh yeah. I can. I think I can ask a 10-year to do that as well.
I want to hold on. Let me because like honestly, what's crazy is like these posters like I mean these like logos they used to look good like back when they did the original you know that thing back in 2019. These are the movies we're gonna do, and they actually looked like legitimate. Like I remember the She-Hulk one, the WandaVision one. Like they
Yeah.
used to have some really good font and like really good use of stuff, but like now it's like whenever they do any sort of now when they do like any kind of like a new movie, a new TV show, they just have to like make it so boring. Like I don't really get why. Because like yeah, this was like the font back when they had it originally. I mean, it's like it seems like rustic. It seems like it's weathered, but like it has like a nice texture to it. But now it's like if I pull up the new Thunderbolts logo,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Why don't? Yeah. Where did that happen? Why don't you just use that logo?
yeah, it's like this Arial text ass. As I remember Timothy, like shout out to Timothy, was showing like how easy it was to go on Word document. I remember She-Hulk also had logo changes too, something like that.
Yeah. Every show has logo changes. Okay. Oh, I mean, do you know that I saw my okay, not friend but classmate? Okay. Teammate was like
Yeah,
made a logo just by saying Alice in Wonderland. It's so creative. Don't worry. The classmate is on IMDb.
yeah, they changed this like a few times. That bottom one looks look really nice.
It's not too. It's not bad.
And then they kind of, I think they changed this to be more like Law and Order kind of thing.
Eh,
But yeah,
I guess.
I mean, I guess Secret Invasions had one. I think I know
Yeah.
Secret Invasions here had. I don't know if they changed the logo. That will be the last one. Then we can stop the conversation on it. Yeah, it was
That's.
like from this to this.
To be fair, that's still more creative than Thunderbolts.
It's more creative than Thunderbolts, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, to be fair,
I
yeah.
just thought it was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a show. That's Marvel for you.
That's Marvel. That's DC. That's Agatha.
Yep. Hey, I won't be surprised if the new Thunderbolts is like, oh fuck. What is this movie gonna be about? Nothing. Nothing at all.
And then we're also using the title of a team where we're not using any of the characters from that specific team. But then people say, oh, but those characters, John Walker, Bucky Barnes, Elena, they've all been on the Thunderbolts. Yeah, like post 2022 when they synergized the movies.
Oh yeah, this movie is totally gonna matter. I mean, to be fair, I don't care if it's gonna matter or not because this movie totally will be good.
Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't have like Baron Zemo, Songbird, Atlas, Beetle, actual members of the Thunderbolts, have focus on them. Like a team of villains who actually who were pretending to be heroes, and then they eventually started liking it. As the longer they continue the act, I don't know. That just sounds way more interesting than whatever we're going with. And then obviously this is like peak. We need to do a movie with characters that people know, but we're gonna use all these particular characters from our Phase 4 projects,
Mm.
where a lot of them have the exact same power set. He does exactly what I do. Yeah, and there's no other argument.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and
I mean,
then
the only person who has different powers literally just goes.
yeah, yeah, and then Creature
Okay.
Commandos is also this year
Yeah,
in
sure. That's true.
December, which
Okay.
is
Okay.
another Suicide Squad.
I guess we better than Agatha.
Yeah, James Gunn is in charge of that. When I've already aired my issues on what I thought about the Creature Commandos trailer. I don't know if I said it on stream, but like essentially it was just that it's another Suicide Squad again. And then secondly, it's like I hate Amanda Waller being in charge of every single team. Can we just have one team that's not in charge with her in charge?
Hmm.
Though to be fair, I guess the Creature Commandos are better than being in charge of the JSA and Black Adam. Where if you have Doctor Fate in your payroll, you don't need villains. You don't need a Suicide Squad. You got Doctor Fate on your payroll. That was so stupid. And
I mean,
yeah, and
it's
Waller is not Nick Fury. She is morally gray to evil in personality. She should not be this like she should not be treated like Nick Fury is my point, but it is what it is.
yeah, I guess. Oh, right. Contessa's gotta be Nick Fury.
Yeah, and like we kind of knew that from before. Like, oh, Nick Fury was going to be in charge of like this thing, and then Contessa will be like the evil version of Nick Fury, which does make sense. The problem is like they haven't done a really good job of showing that with Contessa. I mean, they've had her in a few projects like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever,
Oh yeah, no one remembers that.
but nobody remembers that.
Yeah, I mean they don't even know what to do with Contessa. So oh well.
Yeah,
I want to.
Julie looks Julie looks really good for her age, though. I'll say
Oh
that.
yeah, sure.
So yeah, that was Agatha.
Agatha and Lantern and that reaction to the Thunderbolts trailer. Nothing. Fucking shit. All three of them.
So yeah,
And go watch the Penguin.
go watch the Penguin. And so we're gonna do a little bit better when it comes to, we're going back into like having a structure. We're gonna try to focus back on Mondays in terms of the podcast. So for the
Yeah,
we'll try our best to keep it that way. If anything happens, like we'll let you guys know.
probably just
Um,
start
and
with
then
sooner. So
yeah. And then I also need to get back to posting on the Spotify a little bit more.
yeah, to be honest, because
Um,
my early class are now on Tuesday. It was like, oh my lord, no. So I
yeah,
just don't want to. I don't appreciate because by the time I started recording, it's like midnight.
right. Yeah. Um, we'll have to figure that out overall.
Hmm?
But we appreciate everybody who watches. We appreciate everybody who comments, who likes the channel, who recommends. If you are recommending, just let them know. We're a podcast that likes to talk about movies and TV shows. Usually, what is currently trending at the time. So this week, obviously, we talked about Agatha, episode 1 and 2. And yeah, we have a Spotify. We have our channel links in the description down below. You can subscribe. You can take a listen. You can do all that by clicking on those links down below. And Unity, say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, goodbye. And things are getting a lot more busy, so it is what it is.
Yeah. And subscribe to Unity Review and Analysis. Subscribe to Red Devil O's Reviews. Subscribe to Another Reviews Corp podcast where we archive these videos. Those are all linked in the description down below. And we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.